In this video, we'll be taking a look at 5 MLB games happening on June 7, 2025, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games, so 10 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 5 MLB games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start, if you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Philadelphia Phillies versus Pittsburgh Pirates. This Saturday afternoon finds the Philadelphia Phillies taking on the Pittsburgh Pirates. It's the second contest of a 3-game set at PNC Park. The Phillies are sending Ranger Suarez to the hill, and he's been a reliable arm for them, a bright spot in an otherwise battered pitching staff. The team's rotation is definitely feeling the heat from injuries lately. Aaron Nola's return date is still up in the air. Jesus Luzardo hasn't found his rhythm, and Zach Wheeler just went on paternity leave. This could mean a bullpen day is on the horizon for the Phils, but for now, I trust Suarez to handle business. He's facing a Pirates offense that has been truly dreadful, ranking 29th in the league in OPS. Pittsburgh's inability to score is a persistent problem, and that weakness will be magnified against a Phillies team that looks ready to break out of its recent slump. Suarez has pitched solidly since coming back from injury. He even notched a quality start in his last outing against Milwaukee. Though he didn't get the win, he has a history of success against the Pirates. Plus, the Phillies boast a deep batting order that can put up crooked numbers in a flash. Heaney may pitch well, but he doesn't get much in the way of run support. As our first pick for this matchup, the Philadelphia Phillies money line is our full game side pick. Looking at the trends, the under has been a frequent winner for Philadelphia this season, hitting at a 33 to 28 to 1 clip before Friday's game. The Phillies' offense is respectable, ranking around 7th in the majors by scoring about 4.69 runs per contest. However, that figure dips slightly to 4.55 when they play outside of Citizens Bank Park. The average total runs in a Phillies game sits at 9.10, yet that number shrinks to a more modest 8.36 for their road games. For Pittsburgh, the under has been an even more reliable bet, cashing in at a 36 to 24 to 3 rate heading into the series. The Pirates' offense is simply anemic, tied for 29th in MLB with a meager 3.16 runs per game, a number that barely budges up to 3.22 runs when they play at PNC Park. Consequently, the average total in a Pirates game is a low 7.33 runs, climbing just a little to 7.60 at home. The Phillies' bats have gone quiet recently. Their offense has been particularly sluggish, posting a paltry .586 OPS so far in June. A perfect example of this slump came against the Blue Jays. They exploded for 6 runs in the first inning on Tuesday, but then went ice cold, managing to score only 4 more runs over the next 26 innings of that series. Adding to their troubles, the team is anxiously awaiting the return of their starting catcher, JT Realmuto, hoping he can get back in the lineup this weekend. Realmuto had to leave Wednesday's game in the 9th inning. He took a painful foul tip to the groin off the bat of Bo Bichette. As a result, he was sidelined for Thursday's game, and his current status is day-to-day. When you combine the Phillies' recently sputtering offense with the Pirates' season-long offensive struggles, the path forward seems clear. All signs point to this game being a low-scoring affair. It's logical to expect this contest to finish well below the posted total. As our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. Texas Rangers versus Washington Nationals. On Saturday, the Texas Rangers travel to face the Washington Nationals at Nationals Park in a matchup, highlighting 2 offenses on opposite trajectories. The offensive disparity between these clubs this season is glaring. The Rangers find themselves mired near the bottom of the league, tied for 27th with a meager .638 team OPS, whereas the Nationals have been far more productive, ranking a solid 16th with a .702 team OPS coming into this game. The gap widens even more when you look at hitting in clutch situations. With runners in scoring position, Texas is 26th in the sport, posting a dismal .640 team OPS. In stark contrast, Washington thrives under pressure, ranking 5th in baseball with an impressive .770 team OPS in those key moments. Yes, Jacob deGrom is the undisputed ace for the Rangers, but their offense provides so little run support that it's tough to back them at this price, even with him on the mound. The Nationals have been a rewarding team to bet on lately, consistently outperforming expectations. This feels like another spot where the Rangers bats stay quiet, allowing the Nationals to deliver excellent value for us. As our first pick for this matchup, the Washington Nationals money line is our full game side pick. A closer look at the starting pitchers suggests we could be in for a duel where runs are hard to come by, setting up a strong case for the under. The specific splits for each pitcher point toward them being in a good position to toss up some zeros. Jacob deGrom has posted a 1-0 record on the road with a 3.8 earned run average, holding hitters to a scant .213 batting average across 21.1 innings in his 4 road starts. Meanwhile, Mitchell Parker has been tough at home for the Nationals. He's 4-1 with a 3.63 earned run average, and opponents have only managed a .238 batting average against him over 34.2 innings in his 6 home starts. Beyond the starters, both teams have received solid pitching from their entire staffs recently. Over the last week, the Rangers pitchers ranked 13th in baseball with a 3.4 team earned run average, and the Nationals staff has been respectable as well, sitting 19th with a 4.53 team earned run average during that same time frame. As our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. Kansas City Royals versus Chicago White Sox. An American League Central showdown is on the schedule for Saturday, June 7th. Pitting the Kansas City Royals against the Chicago White Sox. This game marks the 6th meeting between the two clubs this season, a series the Royals have largely controlled, leading it 4-1. However, they did stumble in last night's contest, losing by a 7-2 final score. That game was deadlocked heading into the 8th inning, but a Royals reliever imploded, issuing 4 walks, and the defense behind him committed multiple costly errors. I don't expect a repeat performance of that collapse today. The Royals have been fundamentally sound all year, making only 27 errors total, and their bullpen boasts a strong 3.35 earned run average. Taking the ball for Kansas City will be Michael Wacha, with Adrian Houser getting the nod for Chicago. Wacha has been a standout for the Royals, surrendering fewer than 2 runs in 4 of his last 5 outings, and he's proven to be a workhorse, pitching beyond the 5th inning in 9 of his 12 starts. It's difficult to imagine him running into much trouble against this White Sox lineup, a group that ranks a dismal 28th in the league in batting average. On the other side, the White Sox are handing the start to Houser, who has looked sharp in 2 of his 3 appearances this year. His season numbers are quite good. He's allowed just 3 runs across 18.1 innings of work. While those stats are certainly impressive, he did begin to show some vulnerability in his most recent start. The Orioles tagged him for 8 hits and 3 runs over 6.1 innings. We might see a similar line tomorrow, especially since the Royals have historically hit him well, owning a collective .303 batting average against him in his career. Furthermore, the Kansas City offense is seeing the ball well right now, batting a healthy .270 over their last 6 games. When you weigh all the factors, Wacha has been pitching great and going deep into games. Houser has a very small sample size, which leaves more room for error, and the Royals will surely be looking for some payback after last night's frustrating loss. As our first pick for this matchup, the Kansas City Royals money line is our full game side pick. The under presents a compelling angle in this contest. Kansas City and Chicago have both had their share of offensive struggles. While both of today's starting pitchers have been quite reliable, it's reasonable to project that Wacha will work deep into the game, likely tossing 6 or 7 innings while giving up just 1 or 2 runs. Houser should also be effective in his own right, doing his part to limit the opposing offense. The season-long trends support this line of thinking. Kansas City has gone under the total in a majority of their games, posting a 38-24-1 record to the under, and the White Sox have a similar tendency at 31-29-3. You should expect those trends to continue, a result that seems even more likely with 2 good pitchers towing the rubber. As our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. Houston Astros versus Cleveland Guardians. The MLB season moves along on Saturday, bringing an American League contest between the Houston Astros, who hold a 35-28 record, and the Cleveland Guardians. The Guardians have been a very unpredictable team over the last few weeks, a problem stemming almost entirely from an offense that simply fails to produce with any sort of regularity. So, while their starter Gavin Williams has been dependable this year, posting a 3.79 earned run average for the season and an even better 3.38 earned run average across 34.2 innings at home, his efforts don't count for much if the Cleveland bats remain silent. On the other side, you have Hunter Brown, a legitimate all-star caliber pitcher this season, a fact supported by his recent stretch of allowing just 23 hits and 10 runs in his last 36.2 innings pitched. Brown boasts a top 5 ERA and a top 10 WHIP in the league, and his performance on the road is especially dominant, where he has a 2.51 earned run average and holds opponents to a .206 batting average in 43 innings. I am not about to bet against a pitcher throwing that well. As our first pick for this matchup, the Houston Astros money line is our full game side pick. Hunter Brown has been absolutely brilliant all season long, evidenced by his sparkling 1.83 earned run average, while his counterpart Gavin Williams comes into this game in fine form himself, carrying a 2.3 earned run average over his last 5 starts and pitching particularly well at his home ballpark. From an offensive standpoint, neither of these teams has been lighting up the scoreboard. Houston ranks just 22nd in the majors in runs per game with 4.03, and Cleveland sits even lower at 24th, averaging only 3.92 runs. Both clubs tend to rely more on making contact and manufacturing runs rather than hitting for power, which often leads to fewer crooked numbers on the board. With 2 high-quality arms on the mound, 2 disciplined bullpens waiting in the wings, and a pair of lineups that have found it difficult to score in bunches, this game has all the ingredients for a classic pitcher's duel. It should be a tight, low-scoring battle that stays comfortably under the game total. As our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. Miami Marlins versus Tampa Bay Rays. On Friday evening, the Miami Marlins, holding a 23-38 record, will battle the Tampa Bay Rays, who stand at 34-29 in the second contest of a 3-game interleague series. The recent offensive trends for these two clubs could not be more different. The Rays have been firing on all cylinders, averaging a robust 5.67 runs over their previous 6 games, while the Marlins bats have gone cold, managing just 2.3 runs per game during that same span. This disparity extends to the bullpens, where the teams are on completely different footing. Tampa Bay boasts one of the league's best relief units, ranking 4th in baseball with a stingy 3.2 reliever earned run average. In contrast, Miami's bullpen has been a liability, sitting way down at 23rd with a bloated 4.45 earned run average. To top it off, the Rays have historically had the Marlins number, winning 7 of their last 10 head-to-head matchups. As our first pick for this matchup, the Tampa Bay Rays money line is our full game side pick. A closer look at the starting pitcher's road and home split suggests we should expect them to limit runs effectively, setting the stage for a low-scoring game. Ryan Weathers has been exceptional for the Marlins in his road starts. He is a perfect one, 0 with a stunning 0.84 earned run average, holding opposing batters to a paltry .132 average across 10.2 innings in those 2 outings. For the Rays, Taj Bradley has been a reliable presence at home, pitching to a 3-3 record with a solid 3.53 earned run average and a 1.15 WHIP over 43.1 innings in his 7 home starts. Adding to the case for the under, neither lineup possesses much game-changing power. Miami ranks near the bottom of the league in home runs, sitting 27th with just 53 bombs on the year, and Tampa Bay is merely average in that department, tied for 15th with 64 total homers. As our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.